Hello, 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 everybody. My name is Sonia Marie. My name is Sonia Marie, and I am here declining calls right now because somebody just called in. But I wanted to come in and talk to you and let y'all know what this weekly rundown is all about. Yes, and yes, and very yes. So I'll wait for a few people to roll on in, as I oftentimes do, and give y'all a couple of announcements. It's not like I have a lot to say, but there's still that one spot that's available to go to Costa Rica with us July 24th through July 29th. Of next year, and I'd love for you to come. So if you're that one person, please go to the description box once I'm finished, or if you want to be Johnny on the spot or Janie on the spot, you can go to YouTube, to Instagram, and or go to my website, wordlifeastrology.com /retreats, and get on that thing there. I'd love for you to do that. If you're that person who is going to come with us, please and very please. If not, maybe next time. Hey, I did not alert out as I usually do on Instagram because Instagram says I can't post my little rundowns that I do. So I'm going to have to figure that out, save, relieve some space or do something. So forgive me for all those that saw this notification and was like, I didn't know she was about to go on. Well, here I am. Here I is. And yeah, that particular situation will work itself out. I'll work it out once I get off of here, but I wanted to give y'all my energy while I got it. And I will say this much. If you look in my eyes and you think I've been crying, I have been. I'll get into that in a minute. But more than anything, I want to get into the fact that I believe it's a real deal that we show up as ourselves. So that's the real reason why I announced that, not for pity. I wasn't going to come on here today. It's a little heavy in the air for me today. And for reasons I'm not even going to get into, but I will allude around it, especially within this rundown. Only because my life is my life and some things I keep sacred, right? But I do know, universally speaking, that we're all going through something. So I wanted to address that in a very general way, in the way I do that, and most teachers do, right? Keep it off of you, but put it on us so we can work it out together, right? So I'll get in that in a minute, just in case you're asking. You're like, is Sonia high? No. I can't do these things high. I'm gonna let you know that. I do take edibles every now and again, but I can't do these things high. God don't speak to me when I'm high like this. When I'm high. So yeah, I want to let y'all know though, on all seriousness, before I go into this thing, is that I'm feeling the heavy of a lot of people and the heavy of this season, and I just wanted to put voice to and put love to all of those that are missing their families during this time. Due to them crossing over, or maybe you having a stink and y'all not talking, and I don't know, maybe just going through something, or maybe that you just usually celebrate by yourself. I do know part of my story is that Kamal's in school, so it's really, really interesting as an empty nester to celebrate holidays solo. However, I wanted to open up my heart and put that out to you all, and to always come on here as a human fucking being, you dig? And how I never ever ever profess to have it all together. And I thought possibly maybe I should come on here, because sometimes people got to see motherfuckers going through something or feeling something to let them know that they're not by themselves, and you're not. And as I segue into what it is I want to talk about for the week, there's a really interesting, thank y'all for giving me all the love, and I'm gonna say hello to y'all in a minute, but I want to pay attention to this download that's coming through. There's a really interesting, I'm just selecting my words properly. I love to do that because I'm a poet. Um, Mental attack that's happening for a lot of people. Probably the only ones that can deal with it is Geminis. Geminis and a couple of air signs, depending on where all your air is, Libra and Aquarius. And I say it like that because the mental ability and the mental acrobatics oftentimes lead people down a corridor of mental illness, lead people down a corridor of immediate confusion. Um, uh, uh, at the very least, just has people feel like they're not here on the planet, so to speak, because they're trying to get their minds together, to get their plan together, to get the organization together, to get their families together, to get what the season is supposed to be like together, but at the same time, rest. At the same time, also know that you have gone through so much mental exhaustion on top of the physical exhaustion and the spiritual exhaustion that we put ourselves through. Um, so sometimes the little nowadays, or I should say, sometimes that mental exhaustion can be again um, layered with other challenges that in the past others may have been able to, or yourself have been able to plow through, right? It may seem a little different right now. It may seem a little like, God damn, do I need my ginkgo? Or God damn, do I need to, I don't know, uh, uh, get my coffee, extra coffee? Like, where's my head? Like, I don't know if you have been experiencing that. And please, please, and very please, don't allow me to project this on you. If you're in a happy space, please don't look through your mind and say, well, where am I fucked up? If it's not for you, it's not for you. Either change the channel or subscribe this to somebody else, or just be the person who can hold space for us that are going through something, right? But the thing about it is there's a really interesting mental warfare and psychological warfare that I think that is coming up to wipe us all out, if not throw us the fuck off. Sometimes it comes through slight spells. Squirrel, did you know that a spell can be, I wish they fall. A spell can be, why they have to get that promotion? A spell can be, I mean, they're cute, but I actually can do better. Those are slight spells and digs of negativity and wishes that take away blessings from the person you are targeting those slight wishes to. And then there can be really big spells in which people sit back and conjure up some evil about a person in a situation, right? The reason why I'm bringing this up on my squirrel little moment is because I want us to be cognizant of how we put and project our mental instability on other people because we're not receiving what it is that we need to receive. Does that make sense? I'm not accusing you or myself or anybody for that matter. I'm doing my best to download. I'm doing my best to stay present. I'm doing my best to kind of connect with where we all could be, right? This is probably not going to be a regular download. I mean, a weekly rundown. I'm going to get into astrology in a minute, y'all. But I really like to go into these spaces sometimes, and I don't do them enough because this is public, right? And you don't want to, you have to be very careful about how we instill and download and project information out to people, because you don't necessarily want people to take the wrong word and run with it somewhere else and hurt themselves or just misunderstand. So I definitely do my best to utilize my words properly so we can be responsible, so I can be responsible for how I present a situation and present a word, because I can't see you after this and I can't express myself after this. So let me take my time. Y'all okay with that? I want y'all to be very, very, very aware of how you clog up your own brain and examine your own wishes and wants. And in that, you do your best, or I should say, you unconsciously try to take away from other people, or will take away from other people and their blessings and their spaces. We do that because oftentimes we get tired. Again, we are tired. I am tired, y'all. I'm really tired. And not tired from a space of I've been doing a lot, because I have not. I'm tired from a space where, as a person who assists healing, I often times try to stay away from calling myself a healer, and I feel really weird when I do, because it's the healing of spirit that's actually doing the healing, right? I'm just helping. I'm assisting. I allow it to come through sometimes. So that's what I mean when I say that. But as a person who's assisting this healing, I want us all to do our best to. I don't even know where I was going. Um, mm. Forgive me if this is a little off today. I'm getting right back on it, and I appreciate your patience. I don't know where I was going to go. I lost my train of thought. However, I just want to stay with the spell part and mind your words. Thank you. Mind your words. Mind what it is that you're thinking. Mind what it is that you're taking away from the next, because you're exhausted, because you want what's yours so badly, so desperately, because you've been going through, I think they're bringing me back on the train now, because you've been going through so much that you want to snatch it or rob it or step on it for the next person. I'm not saying that's my story, and I'm not blaming and pointing fingers to anybody, but I just want y'all to be cognizant of that, because that's how a muddled brain reacts. When we are confused in the head, oftentimes the projection comes out in the word, right? Naturally, Mercury, all of that communication, right? It's going to come out some kind of way. And I want us to be mindful of that, right? Because it may not be the person who deserves that. It might not be the situation that deserves that. Maybe it's possible that we just need to rest. And again, I'm tired. Again, I was going to say for holding it, for assisting. There you go, God. Thank you. For assisting, for holding. And how about this? Everybody that's on here, I know to be true, especially if you're a Black and brown woman, especially if you're a Black and brown person. And I'm going to go there. Why? Because we hold shit for people, and we do not get recognized for it. Not to say that we need, like the ego needs it, but that we need the break. And that sometimes when you can read the room and consciously see that somebody is leaning on one person for every fucking thing, can you slip in there and take a little bit off of them, him or her? I don't want to get into the historical reason of why Black and brown people are the heavy for the fucking world, because to me, that's really, really obvious, and definitely to most of the people that's on here. However, some never, we get tired. We get tired. And it's been a really interesting time in the last year or two, 5 years, let's say that, to hold the whole fucking society up because of the racial implications and all the maniacal planning that others are doing. When, even though we're not in the room to hear it, we can feel it. We know it's true. It's affecting our children. People are dying uh, um, by choice and not by choice because of it, because of this shift. It's not, in my opinion, negative. It's useful, this shift. And I know one or two of y'all like, well, I can fucking take a leave. I can leave this purpose right here. Yeah, I know that feeling too. But I think all of this, and I hope I'm speaking in a linear form because I feel like I'm going all over the place, but I think the purpose is for us to spin out in this moment in time again, so we can create and have a hand in creating this new age that we're rolling into. We can't be the same, y'all. We can't be reactionary or as emotional or as a follower and a student of this. I'm not going to say a student. Well, some have been listening and learning. Others have just been victims to this goddamn society. Some have been listening and learning because they think capitalism and racism is the way to go. But others have been taking the heat of it. Am I speaking in one line, y'all, or am I going all over the place? You can be the bold one to say, Sonya, get it together, because I will. I just want to make sure y'all got my back in this moment so I can have your back. I'm going to say hello in 2 seconds. That's a lie, 30 seconds. But I just wanted to preface this whole rundown with that. Do your best to listen to this rundown and listen to the information that's coming through by allowing it to make space in your brain so you can start to see what is making sense for you, and if it's not, to discard it, because it doesn't help us to hold it all in our head thinking that we have to be responsible for it. Thank you. Thank you, Jay Walker. I appreciate you saying that. I appreciate y'all. All right, Jay Walker's in the space. Nicole. What up, Nick? Oh, yeah, I'm good. You know, I'm always good, but I'm always transparent. And I like to be that motherfucker who is going to feel a certain way. I may express it if it's Monday. If it's Monday. And to add to that, Nicole, and to everybody else, I'm just that person. You know, I don't have to look like I got it all together, because I fucking don't. I don't have it all together. I'm working this out just like y'all working it out. How about that? I just hear a little bit differently. And I hear to do it now and to say it now because there's a reason. You dig? Anyway. What up, Michaela? D. Beezer. What's happening with you, Erica? Did I say your name already? Angelique the Artist. Sam Flowers. Lovely Davis. How are y'all? Big ups to y'all. Robin Lee is here. Your name looks really, really unfamiliar. So you seem new, and I want to welcome you in this space. Tiffany Graves Davis. Tiffany, is that the Tiffany I know, the Tiffany? What's going on to everybody? Rabbi Rob, Fresh King. What's up, Trina? I'll see you and your honey tomorrow on a Zoom. What's up, Robin Lee? Did I say your name already? And it's only a few people in here. Sweet Tea. Oh, I'm happy that y'all all are here in here. Thank you so much. I don't want to go too far back. What's up, Keena? Aw, Chanel. Big love to Milana. Zoe was the first one up. What's happening? D-Love. All right, we're going to get into this rundown real quick. Again, I just wanted to put that out there, y'all, to see how y'all feeling, to express to you how I'm feeling, and to let you know if it's along the same lines, you're not alone. Y'all ready for this? Any questions? Please, any questions? I know you're not in my face, but put them on up. Like, let's talk. We can make this a little unusual, and we could make this different. You know what I mean? If y'all want to bring up some information or how you're feeling or whatever the case may be, like, this is my channel. This is your channel. You can do whatever the heck you wanted to. Let's utilize this and help each other through whatever we need to help each other through. All right. All right. 17 minutes in. Let's go on and do that thing. All right, Michaela, come on for that last spot. Please DM me if you have any questions. I'd appreciate that. However, I will push you off to my assistants once I answer the initial questions, okay? A lot of people like to continue to ask questions after the fact, and that's not fair to me, y'all. You know what I mean? I'm very, very approachable, but y'all don't know me. So it's like sometimes it can be a little too much. I'm trying to be nice, but I'm for real. Okay, Michaela? I'm not saying that you like that, but y'all get what I'm talking about. All right. Monday, today. Look at that shit. So today kicked off with Venus, quincunxing Mars, right? Quincunxing Mars. Venus has to do with value and love and money and security, like self-worth, right? And Mars, of course, is action and anger, confrontation, right? But we all know that Mars is in Gemini and is going backwards. So Venus, Venus is quincunxing Mars. And what I put here is a temporary freak out and frustration, desiring more, but moving in an erratic pace, like on this weird ass treadmill. There's an odd standstill that feels like that we're kind of adjusting through this morning. Anybody else feel that? Yes, y'all. Or you still feel it throughout this day? I'd appreciate that if you can share with us and share among yourselves. Truly, this is a nice little forum. Y'all can do that thing without me. Yeah, like a temporary freak out. Like, am I worthy? Am I worthy of this? Do I have this money? Where's my money? I'm about to go fuck somebody up, about to punch him, knock him out. Again, that Mars in Gemini, though, That's the heady space in which I'm asking us all to really, really pay attention to before we react, right? Because Gemini deals with the brain. If y'all didn't know, Gemini energy is the master communicator. And it literally is like genius-like when it comes to dealing with the brain and negotiating, utilizing words and communication and information and all of that shit, right? So if Mars is in Gemini going backwards, that's why I joked earlier and was like, Geminis are probably the only ones fucking getting something out of this crazy ass Mars going backwards in its sign because it's able to juggle all of that shit. But when it's frustrating against your value, like this morning, and the work that you're putting out, you kind of feel like, I mean, am I juggling this shit for nothing? Is this for naught? Does anybody see what the hell I'm doing? Does anybody see my value, my worth? Do I see my value and my worth as I'm trying to juggle, as I'm on this treadmill, as I'm trying to make Christmas the best Christmas ever, as I'm trying to make Christmas different this year or whatever, and be excited about that? How can you be excited about drumming up a new Christmas, a new situation when we're sad about we're lamenting about what Christmas used to be? I'm feeling for you is what I'm saying. I'm feeling for you in that way. I hope that makes sense. Where's the value? Where's the love in it all is what this day started out with. I want y'all to know and always know that these aspects and these things that we talk about astrologically, they are temporary. These feelings that we bring up are temporary. You get that? My mentor, Mama Nita, used to say that all the time. It's only temporary. So next week, if I come on here next week, because it's holiday time, definitely the week after, 2 weeks from now, if I'm goofy and shit and acting like the crazy ass Leo rising that I am, don't judge me. Or I should say, don't even judge me for seeing me tomorrow, because all of this feel is temporary. Should we minimize how we feel and what we're going through and how we think? Hell no. But we'll get by it. We'll get through it. We'll grow in spite of it. Today, because that Venus is quincunxing that Mars going, I'm trying to juggle this thing. I'm trying to move. I'm trying to be the negotiator. I'm trying to talk a good game. I'm trying to make my way. I'm trying to figure things out. You understand what I'm saying? While I'm moving, Mars in retrograde in Gemini, right? How can I see the value of it all? Well, the moon is literally quincunxing that Mars situation too. Venus is quincunxing and the moon is quincunxing. Why? Because Venus and the moon are in Capricorn, or they're about to be in Capricorn. Definitely the moon is. Right. So the thing about it is this, we're feeling the emotions, making me frustrated, making me, what the hell am I doing? What are they doing? What did you say? What's this information that's coming up as we're trying to move forward? But I feel like I'm on a treadmill, so I can't move forward, but questioning my own value and my own emotions and expressions behind it, even though I can't move forward. Why can't I move forward? Is the internal scream. I know it's my value. I know it's what I feel. Why can't I move? Well, Gemini, fucking Mars retro is the real reason why, but it's making us fucking, some of us, not all of us, making us flip the fuck out, because maybe some people think that their brain is the master. Maybe some people think that, oh, I got through this another day, or I was smart enough to figure this out another day, or, you know, I'm witty enough, I'm keen enough. Again, the brain will outsmart the emotions. Can it really? Will it? No, not especially since we are all being gathered and we are all being prepared to usher us into a whole new motherfucking field. So the things that we used to do and how we used to dupe ourselves just to get by, motherfuckers, ain't working no more. I keep saying this. And my goddamn self. Okay? Telling myself. Are y'all hearing me? Are y'all really hearing me? If you don't have the time to listen, because I think I definitely will be on here for at least an hour, please come back. Okay? Do I have water in your eyes? Lovely. And you see my eyes. Oh, please don't cry, my friend. Because I have been going back and forth. This is what Lovely was saying, just to include y'all in. Been going back and forth with my purpose and interactions with individuals. So I have been keeping my mouth closed and staying to myself. Me too, sister. As a matter of fact, I got on the phone with one of my dearest, closest sister friends this morning and told her I've been quiet for the same reason. Back and forth. How do I deal with this? In my brain, I'm right there with you. Hopefully, this rundown, hopefully, something that will in this space will help you and me. That's my prayer. That's for real. Okay. But what is so interesting is by the end of this day, okay, so I just expressed to you what we went through. Venus, I like to reiterate so we can come back to one. Venus, quincunxed Mars. Ooh, weird ass treadmill. What's my value in that? I'm frustrated. Moon, quincunxed Mars. Now I'm emotional because I can't juggle the goddamn Gemini shit and my brain is going back and forth like a ping pong. What should I do? Like Lovely said, should I go here or there? I don't know. I'm not smart enough. I should be. Blah, 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 that thing. But by the end of the day, here's a sick trick. The moon and Venus comes together. The moon and Venus comes together to say, you know what? Kick Mars to the side. This is at least the way I'm interpreting it. Kick Mars to the side and tell yourself, please, that you don't have to move. Jump off the motherfucking treadmill as it's going at top speed. And basically threaten that if you jump on this thing, you ain't gonna go nowhere. But if you jump off, at least you'll be still. At least you'll be still to think about what this transit that I'm talking about, the moon sextiling Venus. Because when the moon sextiles Venus at the end of this day, Monday is what I'm still on. Monday, we will emotionally connect with our passions once again. And Mars is not in the equation. Does that make sense to y'all? So if we jump off the motherfucking treadmill and don't go to the brain, Lovely, don't go to trying to figure it out. Because again, Black and brown women, especially, have been known to figure it out. That's a natural pause. I'm tired of figuring it out. For me, you, the dog, my cousins, my sister, my goddamn children, my mother, my father, the goddamn neighbor. I'm tired of figuring it out. So tonight, when the moon comes together with Venus, maybe there's a moment in which your emotions can touch your passion, where you can feel, since the moon is in Scorpio, all right, not in Capricorn, it's about to go, I'm tripping. The moon is in Scorpio. That's why it's quincunxed in that Mars Gemini. So the moon is in Scorpio, is the heavy fucking feels today. I should have started the whole goddamn rundown with that. Hello, that's where the tears are coming from. Sextiling Venus in Capricorn to say that if we go deep in these fields, if we get off the treadmill and go deep in that thing and to be still about that thing, we can activate the value where it lies in Capricorn and make a plan, Stan. Become practical with it, babe. You know why? Because Venus in Capricorn deals with practicality. The moon comes to that, says, I'm crying, I'm upset, I don't know where I'm at, I don't know what the thing is, I'm going deep, this is some other shit. Venus in Capricorn says, okay, like your best auntie. Okay, I think we got this. Hold on for a second. You got how much money? You can do what with it? Okay, and you got to do, okay, cool. Figuring out the plan. Like, I understand your emotions, let me give you a hug, but in my back pocket is $50 to get you going. That's what you need to do, in my opinion, for yourself today. Be your own fucking auntie, putting yourself on track. I hope this is making sense to y'all. I really, really, really do, because I can't read everything. Tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, the moon is still in Scorpio. Now, y'all know do I have to reiterate what the moon in Scorpio means? It's always about going deep in your feelings. It's always about being passionate. It's always about being determined. It's always about unearthing, because that's what Scorpio does. Scorpio has the propensity and the definite ability to destroy something with no wherewithal. I mean, meaning like no feelings behind it. Not necessarily not compassionate, but like it has to be done. That's what Scorpio says. If I destroy a thing, if I go to the bottom of it, if I burn the shit all out, it was done in the light of God. It was done because the children needed it. It was done because the city elected me to do it. It's passion and devotion and determination and deep-seated like purpose behind that thing. So the moon in Scorpio was like, this is my fucking job, not only for today, tomorrow, until Wednesday. Okay, early morning Wednesday, thank God, before we wake up, it'll be in Scorpio. Okay, the devotion of it all. Go ahead, Medea. I see you coming through with them words, those buzzwords. That moon in Scorpio says you need to be devoted, cuz, to you. Go down deep and get the devotion for you so you can couple it with this Capricorn energy in which it loves and do something. Capricorn is about practicality. Capricorn's phrase is I use, I utilize. Without all of the sniveling in the beginning. And sometimes if the sniveling needs to spark it, so be it. But now what we gonna do, boo-boo? That's what my Capricorn friends do for me. That's why I love that energy so much. Listen, I'm here to watch you cry, but when you finish, just let me know. What we gonna do? What's the plan? I love that. Y'all get that? Tomorrow, with the moon still being in Scorpio, right? So a couple of things are going to happen. Also, want to let you know that Jupiter is going out of Pisces and into Aries. That's something to really, really look at. Because if you're an astrology student, I need for you to figure out on your own what this Jupiter switch is going to do for the blessings in your life or the people around you. And the reason why I say that is because how is Jupiter being in Aries going to affect you? Now, if you're a Libra or a Cancer, if you have Libra and Cancer energy around you, you may not recognize these blessings that want to pop off for you. But you recognize the blessings when Jupiter was in Pisces. See what I'm saying? If you are an earth sign, it may not affect you as much. But Capricorn, it will, because Aries goes up against Capricorn. Excuse me. However, Virgos and Taurus may feel like, okay, I'll jumpstart my career. I'll jumpstart what I need to jumpstart, because that's what Jupiter and Aries does, jumpstarts. But it goes against Capricorn and Cancer energy. If you are a fire sign, all the well, good for you. You got Jupiter in fire. So that means it's time for you to jump up and get going. Utilize that thing in the best way possible without blowing people over, because fire can do that. And you'd be like, oh, I didn't mean to burn you. Yeah, no, you didn't, but slow down, because you're not on the planet by yourself. Okay. And then what I say, air and air signs. So I covered earth, fire, and the air signs, as this Jupiter goes into Aries, will benefit you as well, because more times than not, it's a sextile. Libra is opposite Aries energy. However, opposition is always just about balancing. It doesn't take away, or it doesn't present challenges as much. All right, that's all I'm going to say about that. But here's the deal. Jupiter going into Aries again, blanketed feeling and definition is that it's time to jumpstart those ideas again. So regardless if you Cancer a Capricorn and it goes against that, we need to learn from that. So that means it's time to get out of the fields. It's time to shake up the brain. It's time to put action behind it now. We've been sitting in and feeling exhausted and knowing this and sensing the switches and recognizing the displays of our mind. That the fucking corridors and the goddamn categories in our brain that keeps going bananas and having us ping pong back and forth. We recognize that. Now, Jupiter in Aries is like, now where you going? What you doing? How you going to utilize these resources? How you going to jumpstart this thing? How you going to get your independence back? How you going to say, you know what? I may be a Black and brown woman that is notoriously and historically available to birth your motherfucking babies and feed them at the same time. Y'all know where I'm at. Yes, I can do that. But when Jupiter goes into Aries, it's like, yo, I really kind of don't want to do that for everybody right now. I want to do that for myself. I want to jumpstart myself, my own projects, because Aries is about self. And that's the way in which Aries energy, I told y'all, all the signs are dope in their own way. This is the dopest thing about Aries, because Aries says, yo, I know what y'all going through. And I know you need a little help in here, but I need to get this for myself, because if myself is fucked up, y'all are all fucked up. And there won't be no titties for nobody to suck. I meant that poetically. Rock with me as a poet, please. Okay? So I pray that we kind of get on that. And we find the adjustment in that, especially Cancer and Capricorn folk. Tomorrow, the moon will sextile Mercury, right? Control your emotions to control your words and caress passion into your ambitious feats. Yeah, because the moon in Scorpio, again, is sextile in Mercury and Capricorn. They love each other. They fuel each other. One has a determination, as Medea stressed earlier, to push, and the devotion to push, to be loyal, to push with emotions, to hit the brain, to go, yes, this is how I feel, God damn it, and these are the plans in which I'm going to put together. The downfall, and to get it going, Mercury and Capricorn. The slight downfall about that, though, is that there could be some control in there, too much control. So you have to be able to be aware of that tomorrow. How much control, how much force, how much exactness and determination, for that matter, are you utilizing tomorrow to push you out of some uncomfortable spaces? Because even though we need to move further, even though we need to go on, even though our brain is doing its thing in these times and people are leaving and people are coming and going, and whoo, it's a lot, right? To push beyond the universe's control is a no-no. And that's why we're fucked up in a sense right now. Not fucked up, but that's why the brain is going bananas. Because the brain is like, yo, I don't want to control it. I just want to figure some shit out. That's part of the control. Because sometimes we can't figure shit out. Sometimes we can't move like a directed Mars and Gemini. Sometimes, and it's going reverse. We can't. Sometimes we have to sit back and, like Naila said today, I love my big so much, rest. Sometimes it's time to rest. So Tuesday, control your emotions, please. To control your words, please. To caress passion into ambitious spaces and feats. Because if we don't go too far and we stay, right where we need to stay, we stand up for ourselves, we feel these emotions through and through, it'll allow us to plan, utilize Mercury in a way in which, and say the words in the way in which is careful for us and our next step. Y'all dig that? It's literally about walking and balancing on some shit right now. And if you can't balance, sit down. Please, y'all. Tomorrow, that moon in Scorpio will square Saturn. That's never easy, especially because the moon is in Scorpio too. And I need to add this too. When the moon is in Scorpio, when there's any like real strong Scorpio positions and fields and movement, right? That Scorpio energy can involve, forgive me, y'all. That Scorpio energy can involve a lot of, Sonya, get it together, baby. A lot of revenge, a lot of vengefulness. So the bottom line is to be aware of these emotions that want to come up. And when the moon in Scorpio is aspecting certain planets, I want y'all to also keep in mind that if the emotions do not feel fulfilled on some level, it can turn to vengefulness and it can turn to punishment. And we don't need to do that to ourselves or anybody else. When it comes to ourselves and we slide deeper into our addictions, we slide deeper into those dark spaces. Right? When it comes to other people, then when we want to inflict pain on them because possibly maybe we're not seeing it through. In this particular situation with the moon tomorrow squaring Saturn, possibly maybe we don't see the rituals, the traditions, the work that we need to do. Possibly maybe the fears are coming up once again. They're stifling us. So we want to be vengeful on ourselves and be like, fuck it. You're not going to do it anyway. You might as well drink that whole bottle. You're not going to do it anyway. Fuck it. Self-sabotage your shit and eat all that pie. You didn't lose but 1 pound last week. Self-sabotage and going deeper into the darkness. Or like I suggested, you want to project that onto other people. Because that Scorpio energy will emotionally react when it can't do its work, Saturn. When it has some fears coming up, Saturn. When there are lessons that I just don't want to get, fuck y'all and all these goddamn lessons and what Sonya is saying. I'm over it. If you don't want to get them lessons, Scorpio can be like, yeah, I'm going to be a little vengeful on you. bring you down into those dark holes, or put it on somebody else. Does this make sense to y'all? I want y'all to be aware of this. Please and very please. On Tuesday, tomorrow, the moon is in alignment with Neptune. Oh, Jesus Louises, there is a God. I said that very slow and a matter of fact and without the drama because I don't have the energy, but I really mean that. Why? Because if Saturn is kicking our ass tomorrow with the moon, like we really don't feel like doing the work. We really don't feel like coming up against this goddamn lesson and learning it again and again and again, or whatever it is that we need to learn. Create the rituals, the new traditions, because your dad is not here, or because you'll be alone for Christmas. You don't feel like doing that, so you want to get angry. You want to respond in an emotional way. This is tomorrow. The moon hooking up with Neptune though says, yo, if you don't want to do that, at least be in your head, be in your imagination, please. At least sign out, right? At least watch a really good movie that can bring you back to where your mother was, or your favorite movie of your mother, or your favorite movie of the holidays, or whatever the case may be. You know why? Because Neptune is about that, right? Neptune is about imagination and artistic pursuits and about music. It's about naivete and about spirit and about intuition. Neptune is about those unseen things that we can truly feel. So if the moon is in alignment with that, we want to stay with that, so we're not reacting when people forcing us to work, or to create a ritual like Saturn is suggesting, or to be fearful again, to show our fears again. And if you see your fears again, sit them down, please, like I've suggested plenty of times to you and myself. Sit them down and talk to them motherfuckers. Yo, what do you want, man? Why you keep coming back? What do you want me to do? Oh, those 5 things? Okay, if I do 2, if I start out with 2, will you leave me the fuck alone for a minute? Can you let me? And this is you talking to you. How about that? Because this is your own thing in your own head about the work that you need to do or cannot do, or the lessons that you need to get, and the fear that you don't get. Y'all with me? Thank you for the thumbs up and the likes. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. That's tomorrow. Also tomorrow, though, the moon is sextile in Pluto. Whoa. So you mean to tell me you're not going to want to work, but you're going to feel good about transporting to Neptune, and you feel good about standing on Pluto and being like, that's my bodyguard, that's my motherfucker. We about to give some intimidation right now. We're about to knock you out. We're about to transform some things, which is good in its own way, especially the latter, the transform. I don't know about knocking anybody out and intimidating them, but Pluto helps us to stand on our square, right? Helps us to stand on our platform. I just want us to be aware of the fact that that moon in Scorpio going up against Saturn can eclipse the whole day, which means take over the whole day. So if you feeling strong about who you are, standing on your platform and shit, right? That moon square in Saturn can play itself out. And now you're reacting in a way in which you want to get back to somebody. Because here's the deal. Pluto is Scorpio's planet. How many people got that? Show of hands. How many people got where I just went? Let me say that one more time. Because the moon is in Scorpio. Y'all got it? Oh, Michaela, you good. You good, Zoe. All right. Because that moon is in Scorpio, right? And it's going up against Saturn. It's saying again, I don't want to deal, just one example. I don't want to deal with the fears coming up again. Fuck you. I'm going to project this on other people. Oh, yes, Kamal. Yay. He got a 3.2 GPA. Go, Kamal. I don't want to, I'm going to project this fear on you. I'm going to get back at you, right? Moon in Scorpio is saying that when it doesn't want to deal with the fear, Saturn. However, Pluto is Scorpio's planet, even though it's in Capricorn right now, right? And it says, oh, wait. You don't want to do that thing? You don't want to do that thing, Moon in Scorpio? All right, I got you. Don't worry about it. Like a little sister. Don't worry. I got this shit. We just going to stand in our power because I'm ruling this shit. I'm taking over today. And that could be a little dangerous because Pluto don't know how to be nice. Pluto is all a motherfucking nothing. It's 0 to 60. It's the Tasmanian devil. Y'all got what I'm saying? Thank y'all for Congratulating, Kamal. Isn't that interesting how we can just do that as women, as people? Be all up in our fields, and then here comes the baby. Mom, I got a 2.3.2 on this semester via text. And now all of a sudden my heart is good. That's what babies do. Okay, so y'all get that rundown for tomorrow? Cuidado. But if you want to stay in your power in the most positive way, just know that you got it. You don't have to flex it like the moon in Scorpio will like for you to do. Again, and I keep putting it on the moon in Scorpio because y'all know that the moon deals with emotional expression, knee-jerk reaction, where sometimes our reactions go before our good thought. Sometimes our reaction goes before the person that our parents raised us to be. You get what I'm saying? And we just go off the cuff. That's why I'm putting so much on this. And because it's a very sensitive time. People are leaving the planet. This is holiday time. Some people like it. Some people don't. Some people have enough money. Some people don't. You understand? While he's online, right, Nick? That's what I said. Right? Come on now. So what I'm saying is that we're in a really precocious and very, is that the right word? Interesting time right now. You dig? Everything is calculated. I just want y'all to feel that as much as I do. And in the way that I do, if you can. On Wednesday, the moon does go into Sagittarius. Okay? Mystic jumped up. She's like, what the fuck was that? Goes into Sag, right? At 2:21 a.m. So yes, by the time we wake up, Wednesday will feel potentially a little lighter because Monday and Tuesday brings us through the moon in Scorpio, you dig? Also, the sun goes into Capricorn, 4:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Happy winter solstice, happy Capricorn season. And let's just talk about Capricorns real quick before we go into Wednesday. Y'all hear me say the blanketed statements about what Capricorn is. And by the way, I repeat myself because there's only so many descriptions for each fucking sign. Y'all do know that, right? However, some never, I want to try to express myself differently about Capricorn energy because some people like to stay, and even myself, depending on the day, in its seriousness and its need to be ambitious and its need to reach the top and its need to be controlling and judgmental and self-righteous. All of these things are true. But Capricorn energy is the shepherd on some level, in which I was alluding to earlier, in which Capricorn energy is earth sign and is sensitive enough, especially on the internal level, right? Sensitive enough to recognize when a thing or a person or a situation needs some type of compassion, some type of coercing, some type of understanding, and at the same time be able to assist. At the same time, be practical. At the same time, be Johnny come on the spot, Janie on the spot, so to speak, that 11th hour, motherfucker. Why? Because we need that. Because Capricorn says when all else fails, we got to get back on track and look at this thing from a realistic standpoint. And I understand what you're going through and understand what you're feeling. And it has that authoritative kind of change in its inflection too. I understand what you're going through and I understand what you feel. But at the end of the day, what we going to do about it? Are y'all with me on that? Do y'all see how dope that is on some level? Because we got to shake ourselves up and out of the vibration in which we've been talking ourselves into. It comes right on time. You get that? All the mental chatter is coming right on time to be practical with that thing. I love Capricorn energy for that. I really, really, really do. Okay, I'm not going to go too far into it because I just looked at the time and I'm like, I said I was going to be done in an hour, but I still have a couple more days to go through. So on Wednesday, the moon will absolutely trine Jupiter. Why? Because the moon, again, like I said, will be in Sagittarius. And it's going to trine Jupiter in Aries. So the feelings to connect with abundance and opportunities are on and popping. And in a fire sign kind of way, like, all right, shake it off. Let's go. Let's put some energy behind it, physicality behind it. Let's do this thing. Let's get excited about it. When the moon goes into Sagittarius, it's always about being excited, being adventurous, being positive. And if y'all didn't hear me say this before, Sagittarius energy is all about the optimism, all about what can happen, all about turning a bad situation into a good situation, right? Or utilizing their trauma and turning it into humor, so to speak, like Richard Pryor did, Sagittarius, right? But Capricorn has a way of being pessimistic about things. So in a sense, it's like we want to be able to utilize in the Capricorn season, as the sun goes into Capricorn, to say, yes, let's utilize this thing, but let's not get pessimistic. On Wednesday specifically, we want to be able to utilize the moon in Sag, trining Jupiter in Aries, so we can push through any little bit of pessimism that Capricorn sun is trying to shine on us in this moment. And sometimes that pessimism looks like, wow, okay, we got to climb this mountain. Let me look at all the things that we can't do right now. That's Capricorn's magic. Let me look at all the things I cannot do so I can get to the things that I can do. However, the pessimism comes in when they recognize that there may be more. Oh my God. Are there two more things that I need to eradicate? One or two more things I need to stop? One or two more things I need to... Did I do my job right? And then all of a sudden, you eradicating with that Capricorn energy a way to win, or eradicating things in order to win, they become the pessimistic cloud that brings you down because you don't think you took out all the things that's going to stop you from winning. So I want y'all to be alert about that. It may seem like, oh, Sonia, you just said Capricorn is good. I am, but I'm doing my best to give you a couple of different sides to how things play out sometimes. Okay? I like to teach like that. So I hope you got that. Okay. So on Wednesday, if the moon is coming up with Jupiter, says, yes, just push through, just walk through, utilize that fire sign exuberance, and don't stay in the heavy of what Capricorn is not able to eradicate right now. Why? Because like I was just about to say, the sun is squaring Jupiter that day. So you have the moon trining Jupiter. I feel good. I know I can do this thing. I know it, right? The feeling, the expression of it all. Whereas the sun itself, the shine, that Capricorn shine, will square Jupiter. Oh my God, did I eradicate enough minds out of the minefield in order for Jupiter to come through? What did I do? It's going to be my fault, is what the sun in Capricorn says, because the sun in Capricorn don't like to have his slip hanging. It's about perfection. That's more so Virgo, but it's definitely about not looking like you don't know what the fuck you doing. If I had a Capricorn rising, I wouldn't be on here with my little pink eyes. Not at all. Because Capricorn rise is like, I'm not going to let you see me all fucked up and going through changes. Y'all get what I'm saying? So if on Wednesday, the blessings don't come out the way that they should because you feel like you're pushing, or the way that you would like to, don't slide in that pessimistic space, because the sun is squaring Jupiter. Does that make sense? Y'all like the way I teach? Or are you confused? Also on Wednesday, the sun, Sonia, no. The moon will be opposition Mars, going retrograde. A push and pull on how you execute. Do you have enough info to proceed? That's the question. Thank y'all for saying yes. A couple of you. The moon in Sagittarius, opposition Mars and Gemini, going retrograde, right? So it's like the push and pull again. Here we go on this mental hamster wheel. Again. That's the spin out. When Mars and Gemini going retrograde, is hitting something that's important, that's making us feel, the moon in this case, that we're not moving at the right pace, or we're not utilizing the information, Mars and Gemini, the way in which we should, because now we're back on this fucking treadmill. Don't do that to yourself. Get off the treadmill, take a moment. Stay in the positivity of that moon in Sagittarius until it's time to get the information again. Get back on the treadmill. Whatever it is that you can handle, that's what you handle. Otherwise, get off the motherfucking treadmill. Makes sense to everybody? Yes, y'all? I hope that resonated. On Thursday, the moon goes into Sag as well, still in Sag, right? This is a weird day when Venus in Capricorn trines Uranus, going retrograde. Uranus will be going direct Oh, by the way, I wanted to tell y'all too that Jupiter is going to be in Aries until May 17th. Oh, that's one of my good friends' birthday. Until May 17th, right? So I want you, all the fire signs, to know what I said at the top of this when Jupiter goes into Aries, that's how long you have to utilize this fire sign. Positivity, blessings, opportunities. Jupiter brings all that, right? Until May 17th. Just wanted to let y'all know. So back on Thursday, when Venus is trine in Uranus, do you see the value and or recognize the monetary increase, excuse me, in changing who you are, in being rebellious or in being independent? Or as you go through these really weird shifts and changes, as we all are doing, right? Do you see the value in it? Please, I want you to see it. That's what I mean by all of this is purposeful. I said that at the very tippy top of this goddamn long ass, whatchamacallit. At the very tippy top, this is all purposeful. Because remember, Uranus is doing its best to shift us into a new existence. Uranus and the North Node came together May 31st this year, trying to shift us into a new existence, a better quality of life. So it's all purposeful. So see the value in who you are on Thursday, even though something else may be telling you different. Okay? See your value in the changes. See the value in your uniqueness and your rebellion as well. Uranus shit. To offer you a better quality of life. On Thursday, now we want to work. Since the moon snapped into Sagittarius, now it agrees with Saturn being in Aquarius. So let's get to work. Let's get to work in a way in which can allow us to feel, I should say, productive. But here's the deal. The productivity of probably Thursday is if you deal with superficial things, because the moon is in Sag and Saturn is in Aquarius, right? I'm not saying they're superficial signs, although they can react that way in certain ways. All the water signs are the deepest fucking signs, okay? Just putting it out there, okay? But Sagittarius and Aquarius coming together is sort of superficial in its own way. So it says, whatever work that you need to do, Saturn, in regards to how you feel, the moon, right? Make it light and airy. Make it as superficial as possible. Make it while you're having a good time. You understand what I'm saying? Make it for the people, for humanitarian reasons. Go visit a hospital. You understand what I'm saying? Let it get off of you. Whatever it is that you are working around and about, it doesn't have to be as heavy as when the week started today, right? It doesn't have to be as heavy because the moon is not in Scorpio and it's not asking us to go there. It's in Sag. It's asking us to stay light, and it's asking us to stay in adventure, and asking us to stay in education, asking us to stay in receiving the information, resources. You understand what I'm saying? All Sagittarian energy to just get better, to explore and to expand, right? Keeping it light for ourselves and for other people. Please do that. Because on Thursday also, the moon is squaring Neptune. So if you move too fast and or dismiss how you feel, you may have a difficulty connecting with spirit. Let me go back. I put here, oh, no, don't worry about that. No, I misspoke. So the moon square in Neptune is like, okay, now I know I need to do this work. This is for Thursday. I need to do this work, right? Let's say superficial. Let's make this happen. I need to see my value in these changes. I can do that too. But now my imagination and what is people saying to me, I can't hear my ancestors. I can't hear the prayers that I need to pray. Squirrel, do you know sometimes it's really hard to pray? I just want to put that out there. For anybody that feels a little kind of weird in that, like when people suggest to you, and including myself, because I come on here and I'll be like, God damn it, pray, y'all, pray. And they don't have to be like really long, drawn out prayers, but sometimes prayers don't come out. Does that make sense to y'all? And I'm saying this with the moon square and Neptune on Thursday, because we may be so interested in getting to the happy 2 days, 3 days from Christmas, getting to the familial sense that oftentimes it's hard to pray. Oftentimes it's hard to stay within spirit. Oftentimes it's hard to see. You get what I mean? Be easy on yourself when these days come around. And just say, I know y'all didn't hear my prayer today, but please put a white light around me. If that's your only prayer, say it. Please put a white light around me as I move through this day. Okay? Honestly, y'all, because that's when we get unhinged. When there are days in which it's harder to pray, when there are days in which we can't connect, when there are days in which our ancestors seem so fucking far away. When there are days when we've been looking for them to show up in our dreams. That's Neptune too, right? And they don't. Right? That's when we get unhinged. That's when the mind takes over, or that's when we do too much, or that's when we fall into sabotage and self-sabotage and vengefulness, human bullshit. You get what I'm saying? So be easy on yourself on those days when it's hard to pray. Just say, white light, cover me, please, God. Friday, the moon will go into Capricorn. Oh, my bad. Hold on, pull back. Oh, no, that's today. Okay. Friday, the moon will go into Capricorn at 2:49 a.m. And there absolutely is a new moon in Capricorn at 5:17 a.m. A new moon in Capricorn. Now, I've been talking a lot about Capricorn energy because we're about to go into winter solstice, which is when the sun goes into Capricorn. So I want y'all to make a note of where 1%, did I say percent? 1 degree Capricorn is in your particular chart. That's where the newness will emerge in a Capricornian energy in regards to how you do your best to hold it up throughout the week. Does that make sense? Again, Capricorn energy is sliding on in. We feel it right now, right? The moon about to go into Capricorn soon. The sun about to go into Capricorn. Fucking Mercury and Venus is already in Capricorn. You understand? There's a shift that's happening energetically to at the very least suggest that we get to work and become disciplined. You understand? Like Capricorn says, and to be your own goddamn dad and be in your own ass about what you need to do. Okay? That's what Capricorn energy says. But this new moon, wherever it is in your chart, will help you, will be the catalyst to that. Oh, so if this new moon falls into your 5th house, maybe a new love is coming around to help to be the catalyst for all things of getting it together and getting it organized and reaching the top of the mountain in a Capricorn kind of way. 5th house, maybe it's a new sense of fun that you have to develop. Maybe it's a new relationship that you have with your child, 5th house, right? Maybe it's creativity that wants to come up for you, 5th house. What house is this one degree of Capricorn coming in that's going to help usher in this new energy into this Capricorn season that we can say fucking peace and good riddance to 2022 and walk into 2023 with? That's what's being asked of us. As the new moon ushers us into a new cycle. Y'all know that, right? So here comes the new cycle ushering us into 2023. Where does that fall for you? How are you being supported in that? With Venus value and passion, with Mercury getting the plan together, and with the sun shining its light on that. This new moon in Capricorn at what time again, Sonia? 5:17 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We need to pay really close attention to that. Does that make sense? Okay. Also, and I want y'all to pay attention to this too. Friday, the moon will quincunx Mars going retrograde again. Okay? Again. So it's that weird willy-nilly kind of feel, being on the treadmill, needing to get off, while Capricorn energy is sliding on in, bringing new opportunities for us. But the new opportunities don't look like Gemini opportunities. Understand that. Let me really, really break that down. Because sometimes new opportunities in this way could look like another project to do. Now you got Gemini and Mars going reverse, fucking juggling one more thing on the treadmill. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes the new opportunities look like working harder at what it is you already started, because that's what Capricorn is all about. Sometimes new opportunities look like, taking care of your dad, solidifying what your father was trying to teach you, either consciously or subconsciously, if you stay around him enough. Saturn energy, devising new traditions and rituals. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't look like more projects, although Capricorn energy do like to have projects. Oftentimes, sometimes they use that as a distraction to do what they need to do. the energy. Okay? This is something I need to put out there. Does that make sense to everybody? Sam Flowers says, I feel like this new moon in Capricorn kicks off all the vibrational shifts of 2023 with Pluto and Saturn changing signs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, is the reason why I'm putting it out there like this. I'm utilizing Venus and the sun and Mercury and the new moon. But absolutely, Sam Flowers, as he so eloquently put it, Pluto is on its outs in Capricorn. Thank God, because it's been in Capricorn since 2008 when shit started to really fall apart. So, like Sam is suggesting, as we round up this last little piece of 2023, and we're about to go 2022, I'm about to go into 2023, and then Pluto will be in Aquarius at least by February. Second week of February, we'll be able to see, recognize, understand the transitions that Pluto has given us in Capricorn, but ushering in us into this new way as we finish the fucking old of Capricorn energy and bring on something new. Does that make sense? Yes, Sam. I hope I helped to reiterate that in what you're saying. I agree with you, son. Why'd I call you son? Squirrel, Kamal has me cracking up sometimes. He'll do that, and I pick up shit from him. He'll be like, "That's my son. How you doing, son?" And I'm like, "You're funny." So I just kind of use that on you in a very unassuming and unaware kind of way. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. An unaware kind of way. I'm sorry, I was responding to a text. They need to stop texting me. Okay, keep it going. Let's go, let's go, let's go. On Saturday, the moon will be in Capricorn. I put off to the side a powerfully magical day. A powerfully magical day. Saturday. Can we hang on for Saturday, y'all? Can we usher ourselves and each other through for Saturday? And by the way, I want to suggest to y'all, if you don't know how to usher somebody else through, sometimes you don't have to say too much or nothing. Sometimes you can just be there, take up space, share space with them, understand, agree, nod your head, hold their hand, listen to them, let them cry, give them tissue, buy something to eat, leave it at their door. You understand what I'm saying? Breathe with them, Kina said. Yes, and very yes. Okay? So, as we come up to, we do those things and we approach Saturday. Saturday is a day, check out these aspects as I run them down. The moon will conjunct Venus. That's a good feel, like chocolate. The moon will conjunct Mercury. That's like minty chocolate. The moon will sextile Neptune. Ooh, that's the marshmallow on top of the chocolates. And then Mercury will sextile Neptune itself. Huh? That's the marshmallow with a couple of sprinkles of chocolate and rainbow sprinkles on top of it. And then the moon will, good God, Sonia, conjunct Pluto. Now I put a big old glass of whiskey behind it. Pluto being the whiskey, that is. There are no contrary aspects on Saturday. And all of these wonderful aspects are dealing, are connecting planets and the moon in a way in which is affording us to feel good. The moon and Venus, express yourself fully. You understand? Climb those mountains. This is when it begins to make sense, Sam Flowers, on Saturday, right? Because now Capricorn's showing out. Now the moon in Capricorn is conjuncting Venus in Capricorn. Express yourself fully and start climbing up that mountain. The moon in Capricorn is conjuncting Mercury in Capricorn. Now talk about that thing and stick to the plan. Get everything in order and think practically and ambitiously. Yes, please. And watch out for the mind, the pits in the minefield. Don't let them take you down into pessimistic land, okay? The moon is sextiling Neptune. Come on now. What a fancy-filled day filled with wonder, right? The moon in Capricorn hitting that Neptune in Pisces. I need some feel goods. I need to take off. I need to just speak to everybody with a smile on their face and be kind, please. Is what that moon sextile and Neptune is about. And then you got Mercury sextile and Neptune. And I'm going to speak the words. I'm going to be kind to them. Girl, you look good in those pants. Oh, brother, I like your beard. Oh, sister, I love the way your hair is done. Oh, I'll buy your coffee. Don't worry about that. Be kind. Speak up. Think for people and yourself as well. Not think for them, but think about them. You dig what I'm saying? And then the moon is conjunct in Pluto. You be in your power, in that powerful feel good space of transforming not only your day, but other people's day, transforming your feeling in that way, in that day. Does that make sense? Ushering us in this new moon field and this new Capricorn energy field. Do y'all get this without me putting extra dictionary words on top of it? And then on Sunday, the moon slides into Aquarius. Thank you. As it sextiles Jupiter, because Jupiter is in Aries. So we'll be feeling blessed, lucky to start new projects, and optimistic on our success. Let's go. Saturday kicks it off, right? And then Sunday, again, being Christmas. Merry Christmas for those that celebrate. And happy holidays to you. This is the feel good day. This is the feel good day. This is the feel good day. Did I say that enough? Saturday kicks it off. And then Sunday is like, yeah, we can feel good about this day. We can be happy on Christmas because we made it. Even though you don't have the right people around you or the people that you would like to be around you or your circumstance to be any different or better or whatever the case may be, it's a feel good day because the moon is doing its best to connect with Jupiter to go, yo, push through in a way in which you're going to find the happy. You're going to find the blessings. You're going to be proactive about that thing. You're going to be physical and fire-like about that thing. Jupiter in Aries, kissing the moon in Aquarius. You dig? And the moon in Aquarius takes us out of our feelings. Oftentimes, it allows us to be detached in a bit. Ooh, my stuttering is happening today. Good God! Thank y'all for being patient. The moon in Aquarius says, yeah, let's do it from a detached standpoint and in a way in which we can involve our friends too. Oh, that's a good day to be with friends. If you can't be around your family, they'll bring the happy. That's for ding dong, damn sure. The moon in Aquarius always highlights friendships and friends gatherings and organizational gatherings, like groups and organizations, right? However, on Sunday too, here's a backup where the moon is trining Mars going reverse. So even though you may not feel like it, you'll be moving in the right direction. Even though Mars is going retrograde until January 12th, good God, you will still feel like you're in the right direction. Even though there's balls going in the air, it will be no problem. You drop a ball, you drop a ball. It's Christmas. Allow shit to roll off your back when it comes to that. If you can't get everything done on Christmas, oh well, do what you can. Is the thing. Feel good about what you do. Okay. Okay. Me too, Zoe. I can get into some detachment too. All right. I'm gonna search this thing for some questions I may have skipped, but I want to read at least one person. So if you could put your I was about to say your time, your date, and place of birth. Please don't do that. Your sun, your moon, and your rising sign indicate what is what. I'll read two people real quick, at least one, but definitely at least one, maybe two. I know, right, Samuel Flowers? Is it Samuel? So I see no questions here. And if you do have another one in which I may have gone over or I missed, please repeat it. Okay. Oh, you're so welcome. De nada, Michaela. De nada. Okay. Oh, thank you, baby. I appreciate that. Okay. Tiffany said, can we take a minute for a meditation? How many would like a brief prayer at the end of this? I will gladly offer up a prayer. If enough people say yes, yes, y'all, or put your hands up, I will absolutely add a prayer. And how about this? I'll go in my room and get my cards and I'll pick a card for all of us. How about we do that? Okay. Would y'all like that? Yay. I'm so glad. Oh, kind of wish I was in my living room right now. So we could all cry and hug each other and be like, yes, let's pick another card. All right. I'm gonna read Mage of Change. Mage of Change. Gemini Sun, Aquarius Rising, Aries Moon. Look at all of that. I love Gemini people. Well, first of all, I love all signs for their own reasons, but Gemini energy, of course. You are probably one that's really, really profiting through this Mars and Gemini retro retract kind of feel. Because it's in your sign and it's leaning towards what it is that you need to get done. Gemini likes to deal with multiplicities. So it's no big deal that Mars is going retro in your sign, because you're going to take the challenge and trying to juggle it and tell me different. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I can deal with that. I'm grown. But it kind of feels like Gemini energy is okay with it because they're used to dealing with compartments and balls in the air. And they kind of get off on the fact like, oh, I grabbed that ball, put it right back. Boop, boop. It's a game in a sense, the best game possible because they're smart and intelligent like that. So are you, sweetie pie face. Your Aquarius rising works very well with your Gemini. Of course, you know that because they're both air signs, right? But let me tell you something about Aquarius rising, though. And the only reason why I'm pinpointing this uh, slightly negative aspect is because, or description is because I want you to be aware. Gemini energy, again, we know is, everybody knows, is dual, right? And can switch and be the good twin, the not so good twin, right? Or the talking shit twin, and then the real sweet twin, which makes the Aquarius in you have to defend herself when the Gemini goes rogue. Does that make sense, sweetie pie face? When the Gemini goes rogue, you understand? The Aquarius is on the front, is on the defense, is on your rise. And what it does is protect Gemini in all other aspects of your chart. And Aquarius rising doesn't like conflict. So it's really, really interesting with you as a Gemini sun when it comes to fighting and being on the front line with the Gemini sun and an Aries moon, to have the words to pop off on a motherfucker. And then your Aries moon is like, I'm all about fighting, for the Aquarius in you not to want to fight. Does that make sense? Not to want to fight. The Aquarius in you will defend herself by saying, I'm good. I don't want no confrontation. When the Aries moon and that talk shit Gemini, which I love Gemini's talking shit, will start a motherfucking fight in a minute. Are you still here, honey pie? I forgot who I was reading. Mage, Mage, the change. I don't know how to pronounce that. Is it Mage or Mage? Mage of Change. Mage of Change. You get that? Hopefully you do. I don't know if you're still here, honey. But air sign and fire sign works for you. You're a go-getter. You're going to make it happen. You understand what I'm saying? Probably, again, in your youth, you was more of a fighter. But you have to be careful, again, how that Aquarius, because the Aquarius wants to save you. Thank you, Spirit. So the real message that's coming through for you is that when the Aquarius is saving you on some cerebral shit. And that's how Aquarius saves, right? It doesn't necessarily want to confront and fight like your Aries moon wants to, Mage, the change. It doesn't necessarily want to fight, but the Aquarius will say, I'll figure out a way. I'll figure out a way to use the right words. I'll figure out a way to plan. I'll figure out a way to assist you, but I won't let this person know. I won't let my left hand know what my right hand is doing. I'll save face for everybody in the room by telling folks selective information. You got that? Not letting your right hand know what your left hand is doing. And in that way, sometimes it can blow up in your face. The Aquarius rising is going to have to confront some things sometime or another. I just pray that when it happens for you, sweetie pie, that the Aries don't come out and blow the shit up, right? And the Gemini over talks and over negotiates a thing. You understand? Remember that your Aquarius rise is known for a lot of things. It's to keep the peace, but it's also to absolutely connect with humanitarianisms and people, to be able to be compassionate enough to think for people, not to be so thrown off or so detached or so non-confrontational that there are fires and situations blown up out of proportion and you walk away from them. Like, I don't want to deal with that. Does that make sense? I don't know if she's still here because she hasn't said a goddamn thing. So I'm going to go on to the next person and stop right there. You're very welcome, Dorothy Beezer. She says, thank you very much for showing us your heart and being transparent. You're welcome, sister. Okay. One more person. I'm not sure if anybody else is up here. Kendall. Oh, okay. So you heard me, honey. Okay. All right. Good. I'm glad. I pray that that helped you in some kind of way. Again, these are free reads, so I can't go too far and deep. Sometimes I can, but today I don't really have all the emotional energy to do that and tap into your people. So I didn't want to go too far in, but that's just what I saw. Kendall, Virgo rising, Capricorn sun, Taurus moon. Look at all of that goddamn earth shit right there, right there, right there, right there. Well, you got all the practicality waiting for you. That's for ding dong damn sure. Okay, Mage, thank you for saying that, because sometimes I feel like when I'm doing these reads, like it's not landing. So I appreciate you saying that. It made sense and it helped you a little bit. Okay, cool. All right, going back to our all that earth energy, Kindle. Love that Virgo rising is assisting you in a way. Now, here's the deal. That Virgo on the rise allows that Capricorn to soften just a little bit, right? Because Capricorn, let's just say it. It is serious and it's protective and it acts like the dad. It's actually sometimes the Debbie Downer, that Capricorn energy. It gets things done and it's very sensitive. And all the things I said earlier still stand true, right? But when we're dealing in on a moon, sun, rising kind of perspective, we have to see the way the three of them are dancing. Right? And the Capricorn has the ability to go to the top. We always know that, right? That Virgo rise, though, however, some never, it's really, really tricky. It's incredibly wide-eyed and curious, and should I say nosy. Kendall, Virgo rise makes you so nosy. I say that about a lot of people that have Virgo rise, and you can see them walk in the room. They're like, what's going on, everybody? Just for information's sake. I love that on some level, because you'll be the one that's watching out for everybody. That's for ding dong. And you'll be the one that'll see a goddamn volcano about to erupt when everybody else is taking pictures. Squirrel, did y'all see that goddamn documentary on Netflix, Volcano? About this volcano that everybody is an island, and it's about this volcano that erupts on the island, and people go there to visit the volcano while it's goddamn still hot. Anyway, recently it killed 22 people. It's really good, to be honest with you. It's a really good documentary. I was like, why are these people go on it? So with a Virgo rise, you'll be the first one to be like, it looked like it's too much smoke coming out the ground. Virgo rise will be like, I think we need to get on the next boat going out. Nah, let's stay here, is what everybody else will say, because they're not picking apart the details. Virgo rise picks apart the details, right? In which the Capricorn is like, yeah, I'm hell-bent on making it happen. Let's go. Let's do what we got to do. You know what I mean? Let's reach the top. Let's be serious about it, but let's reach the top. And my Virgo rise is going out there getting the information that the Capricorn needs in order to make the things happen. You got that? And then your moon in Taurus is like, yeah, and I'm going to be calm, cool, and collected about it the whole time. Ain't nobody going to see me sweat. Nobody going to see me sweat. You saw that, Monifa? That was crazy. You said, and they all seem surprised, right? You're on an island, a volcanic island. Why are you surprised? Sorry to get off of your read real quick, Kendall. So sorry. But I love the fact that you have that Taurus that Taurus moon in there with you, right? Because again, it keeps you calm, cool, and collected. It allows you to respond when things are happening chaotically. Again, if you was on that fucking volcanic island, you would respond like, I think we got to go. Like now, and you'll be calm and ushering everybody on back on the boat. It won't even seem like a problem. I love that about Taurus moon people. Here's the one thing I would caution you about, and it's just because of who I am, and y'all already know I like to see both sides of a thing. It's called integration, right? It's a lot of earth in there. So in your chart, if you know your chart, what other elements are represented? Do you have a lot more earth? Do you have some fire in there? Do you have a balancing? Do you have some more earth and some more fire, some more air, some more water? The reason why is because sometimes earth can be too heavy, focused, sedentary, stuck. Does that make sense? And you need water to push you through, baby. And you need air to help you figure out a thing. And you need the fire to say, fuck it, and burn through. You get what I'm saying? That'll be a homework question or assignment for you. I'm glad you got fire and water. Look at that. I'm so glad. Unfortunately, I can't give you a total read right now, but you know what I mean on that, right? Good. Water and fire and earth. Good for you. Utilize that Mars and Pisces for sure, to push you through wherever you need to go. All right, I'm gonna go get my cards. Y'all hold on 2 seconds and I'll come right back. I'll come right back. Hi, Mister. Thank you for being so patient, sweetie pie. Sweet puppy. Any questions real quick? Kendall, I hope that helped. Oh, you're welcome, honey pie. I want to go to my favorite cards, one of my favorite decks, and it's my animal medicine cards, okay? I'm going to pick a card for us. I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to put us out on a nice little prayer. And thank you, Tiffany, for suggesting that. Possibly you felt that this was a little heavy and you wanted everybody to go off with love. I'm assuming that's why you suggested. I pray that I didn't leave anything heavy here for anybody on here, and I really, really mean that. My only real reason for sharing who I am is because we need to share who we are, good, bad, and indifferent, especially as women. And I'm putting that on our agenda because we're so used to just being strong for everybody. And those days are fucking over. We need strength too. I need somebody to check on me too. Okay? I'm just saying, you need somebody to check on you too. So we are going to end it with a little bit of insight. And, but I want y'all to know I'm realer than real. I ain't got time to play with you, myself, or anybody else in this motherfucker. Okay. What if we continue this for 2023 rundowns? What do you mean, honey pie? Pulling out these cards? Look at Sam being my goddamn stage manager, producer, assistant to the left of the stage, my run of show person. That's all right, Sam. I see you. I suggest this should be a new trend for 2023. So you might be right. I might take your advice on that, especially as Keena is chiming on in. Y'all funny. Look, Zena's in there too. I'm just shuffling the cards, y'all. Thank y'all for being patient. Zena's in there. Robin said, yep, with her 2 hearts. Great Mother, Father, God, and all my guardian angels and ancestor spirits, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel. Allow us to see exactly what it is that you need us to see in this moment in time for all those that reside on this broadcast right here. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you for your light. Thank you for your love and your guidance and your truth. Amen. Amen. All right, this is a card for us all to walk away with after this broadcast. This is what Spirit wants us to leave with. Boom. Ha! And look at that. Why did 2 come out? Don't you just love it when 2 come out? When you're trying to get off this goddamn thing, and Spirit says, don't read 1 card, read 2 cards. Huh? When 2 jump out. Let's go. The first card that came out is the horse, which is power reversed. Horse. That's a big deal. Think of Pluto. Think of the push that we're trying to implement in our lives. Okay? And how that applies. Y'all get where I'm going? The horse is power. But when it's reversed, it means something different. This is our message for this particular rundown. If your ego has gotten in the way, you may have failed to notice the lack of respect that you have been receiving from others. You may, on the other hand, be struggling with others who are abusing their power. Should I say something? Should I fight my desire to put them in their place? You may be asking. Remember the times in your own life when you have fallen out of grace with great spirit, and then have compassion for brothers and sisters who are now doing the same. If you are overpowering another or feeling overwhelmed, horse medicine is both the dignified and contrary position, is a simple reminder of how to balance your shields. I think that has to do with this little rundown today. If you are overpowering another or feeling overwhelmed, horse medicine is horse medicine in both the dignified, that's upright, and the contrary position is a simple reminder of how to balance your shields. And allowing all pathways to have equal validity, you will see the power and the glory of the unified family of humanity. Did we not just say that? This is the gift of the rainbow warrior or warrioress. The I has no place in the whirling rainbow that comes from the great mystery and is replaced by the universal we. All colors of the rainbow and all pathways are honored as one. Apply this knowledge and reclaim the power you have given away by forgetting to come from compassion. Untangle yourself from the present situation and understand that every human being must follow this pathway to power before galloping upon the winds of destiny. Ashe. Did that make sense? We are almost all in that space, trying to find our power, reclaim our power, check other people on their misuse and abuse of their power. You understand? But it says oftentimes we just got to stop, reevaluate where we are, just pause until we have strength to move on again. And I tell you honestly, after I picked this card, I looked down and the grouse was the card that was shown. So Spirit said, following up this lack of power, this feeling of being, and please talk among yourselves. Did this hit you in any way, or y'all still confused? I can take it. We can take it. Let's talk about it. Shit, we're already an hour and a half in. What power have been misused on your end, or what power has been misused on other people's end, in which you feel like you need to check and give people compassion, including yourself? It was the key fucking word out of this reversal of horse. Is to have compassion when you fall out of grace, to have compassion with yourself and other people when you fall out of power. Have compassion. I feel like I'm gonna get emotional, but I don't want to, because here's the deal. Compassion saves the day. Neptune and Pisces been saving the day, telling us it's not about you. It's about everybody trying to get it together for themselves. So if somebody looks like they're not doing right by you, forgive them for a second and let them know they got their own shit going on. Remove yourself from that space so it doesn't fuck up your own mental space. It's not about you and what they did to you. It's about what they're doing to their damn selves. You understand that? Because we're all trying to reclaim this power again within ourselves, within our center. But then this card wants to pop out. Again, as I want to get off this thing, Spirit say, yo, 3 + 4 is 7. You got to leave them with a spiritual space. 7 is a spiritual number in numerology, right? So let's talk about the grouse. I love the grouse. And this is the ending, or I should say, the culmination after we get back in our power. This is what happens afterwards, in my opinion. Y'all still with me? And how about the grouse is number 33, 34 rather, and the horse is 35. Let's talk about that. Okay, Sonia, I can't really see y'all because I ain't got my goddamn glasses, but I'm going to do my best again. The grouse has to do with the sacred spiral. Grouse once flocked in abundance throughout North America, but now, even on the plains where these birds are so plentiful, there is an absence of them. Many Plains Indian tribes dance the grouse dance to honor these birds. The movement of the dance follows a spiral, which is the ancient symbol of birth and rebirth, the ribbed tunnel of eternal return. The sacred spiral is also one of the oldest known symbols of the person of personal power. When you think of grouse medicine, visualize a whirlpool or even a tornado, for the sacred spiral will take you to the center. The spiral is a metaphor for personal vision and enlightenment. Many initiates on Vision Quest paint spirals on their bodies and believe that the great mystery will favor them with visions of power and purpose because of this symbol. The whirling dervishes of certain Sufi orders are masters of the spiral dance and can transcend to higher states of awareness through the repetition of this sacred movement. It is said that dervishes can travel to the center of the spiral and return with any magical power they choose. In the dervish state, one enters the great silence and has direct communication with the creator by spinning clockwise or counterclockwise. The dervish draws or repulses specific energies. Sufi dancing is a system which connects one with the divine source through ritual treatment of motion. If you have grouse medicine in your cards, undertake a meditation, Tiffany, on the various qualities of movement within your world. Begin by visualizing the sun as one member of a huge group of stars swirling in the massive pinwheel shape of the Milky Way. Don't we do that? Then draw yourself out of this pinwheel of light and into the spiraling of your own DNA's double helix, an arrangement similar to a rope ladder coiled like a corkscrew. Analyze the way you move through your world. How do you picture yourself in the act of locomotion? What kind of reaction do you create with the energy you send into the universe? What words would you use to describe the way you move through both the material and spiritual worlds? In the final analysis, is your movement compatible with the greatest desires and goals? Your greatest desires and goals. Many spiritual disciplines ask that you cease all external movements in order to recognize the inner life. Grouse medicine, however, is an invitation to the dance. Grouse celebrates the divine source through the sacred spiral dance and offers this dance to you as a gift. You can spend a lifetime here learning Grouse's lesson on how to harmonize with dance. Read that again. You can spend a lifetime learning Grouse's lesson on how to harmonize your dance with Mother Earth's cycles and how to offer the dance as a creation of selfless beauty. Ashe, ashe, ashe. So we come out of this space of not knowing our power, of being really tripped up in this moment of where to go, how to use compassion on ourselves and other people. But what is suggested of us is the locomotion, even though Mars is in retrograde in Gemini, is the locomotion of, even though it's in Gemini and it feels like it's dizzying us, that we are absolutely searching for that center. Did y'all get that? Just what I got? That we are seeking that center even as we rest, even as we get off the treadmill, because naturally that's what grouse does. Naturally that's what our life does. Naturally that's what existence does. Existence brings us into this spiral and we think we're going through the same things, but we're not. We're literally evolving if we allow it. Does that make sense? If we go through it. Does that make sense? If we connect it to the source, to the grounding, to the core of who we are and always operate from there. Grouse says, I'm going to bring you where you need to be as long as you connect with you. And that's through rest. That's through meditation. That is through prayer. That is through learning more about yourself, whether it's through astrology or through any other type of modalities. You get that? So we can reclaim our power and be on the upright real soon and soon. Does this make sense, y'all? I mean, I know sometimes, especially the medicine cards, because they come from a very specific language in the sense of, the Red Road, Native American beliefs, so on and so forth. And it can be a little wordy and somewhat poetic, but did you get it? The ascension is real, Shatoya. Y'all hung in here with me. 42 people. I love y'all. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But yo, it's real. as we open up and allow, we have to surrender into the deepest, darkest places, even though you think you're not being taken care of. Yo, you're not 12 anymore. You're not 15 anymore. You're not that 23-year-old that got date raped. You're not 30 years old, that the person that got divorced on. Somebody divorced you. You're not the person that felt unsafe, is my point. You are different because we're spiraling up. So we need to react different to other people and for ourselves. Does that make sense? Oh, Tiffany, thank you for saying that. Excuse me for burping. But does that make sense? I love my ancestors and my guides, and I give them so much reverence and gratitude in this moment in time. We're on the up and up, y'all. We are on the up and up. Trust me when I tell you. We just have to move through it with grace and compassion to ourselves first and to everybody else. I'm not saying give them excuses. I'm saying get out of the way and let them handle what they're handling as they handle it until they need us. Until they need us and they say, you know, I'm a little fucked up. Okay, I'll be right there. You understand what I'm saying? None of this is personal. This is all the spiral up, man. This is all that grouse motion, man. It wasn't up. It wasn't reverse. It was upright. This is where we're going because we need to evolve out of this whack ass space and this century upon century of energy and misunderstanding of how to be spirits on this beautiful planet, because it is a great planet to be on. All right, that's enough. If you would, for about 30 seconds, I want to say a quick prayer for us all. Thank you, great Mother, Father, God, for allowing us to come together. Great Mother, Father, God, and all our guardian angels and ancestor spirits, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Uriel. Thank you for surrounding us in this space. I send love and light to all of those that are in the sound of my voice. I send nothing but strength and understanding. I send nothing but balancing and grace for your heart, for your mind, your body, and your soul. I send nothing but the wherewithal to ask for help when you are in these spaces in which your mind cannot understand where you're going and what you're computing. I send love to you and strength that you ask for help. I send patience to you, that you instill your steps with love and patience for your triumphs, for your victories, that you take your time. I ask God that God surround us with love and with light and with truth, that we can see ourselves fully and truly, so we can be loving towards ourselves, so we can again give ourselves grace and be easy for this moment. I send light to all of your ancestors and to all of your guides, those that have crossed on, those that you miss here in this moment in time. Because of this holiday season, because of where we are, I ask you, or I ask them, to blanket you with love and with light and with truth and with comfort, with that familial comfort that you need in this moment, to give you strength to wake up tomorrow morning and do your very best again. Take this love in my heart for you. Take this love in my heart, please, sweet ancestors and guides, to be able to reverberate all that to all those that need it in this moment in time. I ask you, God, to watch over us and give us the strength that we need to move through this, please. The light and the joy that we need to laugh through this and move through this. God, thank you. Thank you for this day, and thank y'all all for being here. Thank you for being here for yourself. Amen. Ashe, amen. I'll see y'all later, okay? I pray that this prayer hit you where it needed to, and that God is always watching you. All right? I'll see y'all next time.